This is the plaintiff, Shawanda Davis. She says she kept her car at the defendant's parking lot for a few days while she tried to find a buyer for it. And when she returned with a buyer, the car was gone. The defendant, the owner of the lot, took it upon himself to get rid of her personal property. Just because she's small, the defendant thought she was a little girl he could take advantage of. And she's here to tell him he's got another thing coming. She's suing for $1,655, the value of her car. This is the defendant, Ed Stevenson. He says the plaintiff asked if she could leave her car there for a day or two because the engine was bad. She also told him someone would be by to pick it up because she was getting rid of it. 2 weeks later, the car was still sitting there. He had no way of contacting the plaintiff because she took the plates and he turned around and junked it. If you ask him, he did the girl a huge favor. He's accused of crushing her car.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff left her car in the defendant's parking lot to sell it, but claims the defendant sold it right out from under her. But the defendant says the plaintiff abandoned the whip. It's the case of Hoop-de-Doo.
Shawanda Davis, you are suing J&L Parking Incorporated, represented here by Mr. Stevenson. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $1,655 that you say you are owed because you left a car parked there and they junked it?
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
On September 5th, 2013, around 2:30, I went to the parking lot. I spoke to one of the attendants. I asked them, would it be okay if I parked my car there? I've parked there previously before, but this time it was a difference because I was taking my plates off my car because I was purchasing a new vehicle. The attendant told me, yes, it was okay.
Were you paying for parking?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to retrieve the car, came back with the car. Proceeded to the gate where they take the money and everything. Was giving him the $10. He said, no, you don't have to pay. You can pay when you come back because I have previously parked there before.
Oh, so you weren't paying. Well, okay. You were willing to pay, but they wouldn't take your money. Your money wasn't green enough. And then they let you park the car on the lot.
Yes.
But you took your plates?
I was taking my plates off because I was transferring everything from the old car to the new car.
Okay.
So I needed my registration.
And how long were you parking the car? Is this an overnight parking?
It's a pay-as-you-go parking lot.
So do people leave the cars there overnight?
We are overnight, and we're transient, and we're monthly.
Okay. And so you leave the car there for how long before you realize there's a problem?
It was about 4 or 5 days when I went back to go speak to the gentleman, let him know that I would be picking it up on that Saturday. And I would be squaring away my bill. He said, okay. They walked me to the car. We checked on it. I had a potential buyer with me because they wanted to purchase the car from me. We looked at the car. The potential buyer walked around it, seen everything he needed to see. I let the attendant know I'd be back on Saturday. He said, okay. I came back on Saturday and the car wasn't there. I speak to the gentleman who is another person who's the lot attendant for the day. And I asked him, can I go retrieve my umbrella because it's getting ready to rain and I'll be back later on today with the tow truck. He said, okay. So we're looking on the board. We don't see my keys. He said, well, go check inside. Maybe your keys are inside the car. So I walked to the back of the lot to where I knew the car was that previous couple of days before, and there was no car. There was another guy there. He said, which car are you looking for? I said, my black Honda Accord. He said, oh, I saw it. It's over here. So we walked to where we thought it was, and we kept circling. He was like, it was here. And I'm like, yeah, it was. I just saw it. So he said, okay, well, go back to the booth and ask the person. As we're walking back to the booth, another attendant drives in with his car, a white Expedition, and he says, oh, Ed got rid of it. He got rid of it yesterday. So I said, yesterday, I just was here, and I told the night person to let him know that I would be back. I was coming to get my car. I haven't even retrieved my stuff out of it yet.
According to you, they get rid of the car in 4 days.
Yes.
You have a different story.
It was,
according to you, I'm sorry, were you going to change that?
It was on the 14th that I came back that the car was gone.
And what day did you leave it there?
The 5th.
Okay, that's not 4 days.
No, it's longer
so that's
than
9 days. And according to you, she left the car there how long?
According to us, the car was there for approximately a week and a half.
Okay.
with no license plate, abandoned. According to New York state law, a car is abandoned after 48 hours. The
Let
car
me
had
see.
no plates.
Let me see what you're looking at. Highway or public place? You're not a highway or public place.
We're a public lot.
You're not a public lot. You're a public lot.
We're a
Like
public
my
parking
living
lot.
room is a public living room because I have guests. You are a private company
We are
that has
a
a
public
parking lot.
lot licensed by the Department of Consumer
Okay, I don't know
Affairs.
what that means. You're the owner, right?
Yes.
You're not the state of New York. You're not in the shape of the state of New York. I don't understand. You privately own that lot. Yes, you open it to the public to park there, but that doesn't mean you are a public highway. This does not apply to you. Other stuff applies to you. So let's talk about the other stuff that applies to you. What happened with the car? It was there for how long? According to you, a week and a half, so you're not that far apart.
Yes.
And why? What did you do and why?
Okay, so when somebody leaves a car for 8 days in a parking lot, is that considered abandoned?
As a lawyer, I would say it depends on several things. City ordinance, state law, the contract.
Are you, by the way, are you a lawyer?
I am.
Okay, that's perfect. So she's given 3 very specific things, but no answer. I love that. I'm a lawyer. That was perfect. Going inside the courtroom.
The car did not have plates on it. First, she brought it there to get rid of it. We got rid of it for her because she left it there after more than 8 days, unpaid. She never came back. We didn't know who she was. We had no way to get in touch with her.
Who's we? Because she says that
When
she
I
talks
say
to your
we, I'm
employees. She
talking
went
about-
back and
when
visited.
When I say we, I'm talking about the parking lot. I myself am the owner. I saw the car sitting there with no
What are the
plates.
names of the people that you were speaking to?
One of the people that I spoke to, which was the first gentleman who handed me this ticket.
What
his
are
name
the
is
names?
Anthony.
What?
His
Anthony.
name
You know
is
an Anthony?
Yes, Anthony. In fact, Anthony submitted a letter. I think you may have a copy.
Let me see
of it.
the original. And Anthony submitted a letter saying what? What does Anthony say about this? You talked to him. Tell me.
Anthony was the one that took the car in. After a certain amount of time, he turned it over to me. I just saw the car in the lot with no plates. I inquired, and after about 8 days, it stayed there. And I decided to get rid of it because
Yeah, but what, you don't have the right to just get rid of it.
Why not?
Because your people accepted it. And they,
We did not
and wait a
accept
second. And she has a ticket, and do you have the ticket?
Yes.
And she's pay as you go. So what did she do wrong?
Here's what happened, Your Honor. We gave her that ticket to be acknowledged, not for cost. To be acknowledged when she come in the very next day when she said she was
Says
coming.
who? This is a pay as you go. We have monthly, we have weekly, and so people then pay when they take the car out.
Excuse me.
What did she do wrong?
She was supposed to come back the very next day.
Says who?
She did.
But are you listening to her that she came back and showed it to a buyer? And who did you deal
4
with
days.
that day?
It was a night attendant. I don't know his name. It was a dark-skinned, tall gentleman.
I mean, before you got rid of the property, did you run the VIN number to find out who it belonged to?
No.
Did you call the police and say,
No.
hey, there's an unauthorized car on my lot. I need you to come and pick it? Because that would have been fine. You could do that right away. So, did you do that?
No.
No. What'd you do? Did you sell her car? Did you
For
get some
300
money for the
yes,
junk?
yes.
How much money did you get for the junk?
$350. We offered the money to her.
How are you able, though, to junk a car that doesn't belong to
Yes,
you?
Your Honor, we get cars on our lot. People
Right,
bring
but you
cars.
have to fill out paperwork to be able to junk a car. Did you lie and say it had been there 30 days?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, we don't fill paperwork out to junk the car. It is abandoned because it had no plates.
No, it is not abandoned because it had no plates. Because your guy took it in with no plates. You gave her a ticket.
No, she brought it in
plates.
with no. She brought it in
That's
with
right,
plates.
and you guys accepted
She
it that
took
way.
the
She didn't
plates
abandon it
off.
on your lot with no plates. That's not what happened.
She brought the
Okay?
car in.
Yeah, she
with
brought the
plates.
car in front of your guys who are your representatives. She takes the plates off. She explains the situation. And you know this because in your answer to the complaint, you said, and Anthony admits it, that, she was selling the car. She was going to, I did her a favor. I junked it for her. No, that's not a favor. It's her car it's 8 days. Abandoned property it's sat there 30 days and you can't get a hold of her. You made no effort to get a hold of her. All you got to do if you really wanted it off your property instead of profiting is call the police and say, hey, you know what? That's too long. Do you have a way to reach that woman? You don't have a way to reach that woman? All right, that's it then. Call the police and get this thing towed off my lot. Then it's her problem with the police but what you did was you decided to profit from the car that you got sick of. Because there are laws about what you can do before you junk a car that's not yours, right? Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Oh, did you follow them?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How long are you supposed to wait? What kind of notice are you supposed to give the person who
after
owns it?
72 hours is considered abandoned.
That's not what I'm looking at.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at what you have to
What are
do
you
before
looking
you
at?
can junk a car. You can't just junk somebody else's car.
The car had no plates on it. If it's a car with plates on it, that's a different story. There was no insurance on the car. There was no insurance. We have no reason to keep a car on the lot without
What do you mean
plates.
there was no insurance on the car?
Because when she brought the car in, she told the attendants she was getting rid of the car the very next day. She said she was getting rid of it.
So you decided to get rid of it for her 8
Yes.
days later. And you don't think there's going to be a
After
legal
8 or 9
consequence for
days,
you?
We decided to get rid of it because it's taking up space in the parking
Let me
lot.
tell you something. Can I see how you junked it? Can I see the paperwork from your junking it?
No, we don't have paperwork from the
Ah,
junkyard.
you
We called the
just sold
junkyard.
her car out for
We
money.
called
You
the
just
junkyard.
sold
They
her
came and
car.
got
That
the
car's on
and
a
they-
shipment to Nigeria or something. That car is gone, baby, gone. It's not that
Yes.
valuable a
Yes.
car. I mean, but that car is gone. What the heck, man? Who are the fellows with you?
This is my assistant, Ms. Chappelle, and
And?
one of my assistants.
And
they
are
work
you
with me.
folks witnesses or are you moral support? Moral support. Don't call on us. What was wrong with your car that you wanted to get rid of it?
It had a little oil issue. It was leaking oil, so I needed to get somebody who knew a little bit better dealing with that. And I was in the process of purchasing a new car.
All right, and what's your version of that?
Here's the deal. I offered her $350 for the car because this is what they give when you junk it because of the weight.
The person that I spoke to, I don't know if it was him. I don't know if he's Ed. I've never seen this person that I talked to on the phone. But they stated to me they would give me the $200. They would give me the donation.
$200?
$200.
Not $350?
No, not $350.
Oh, that was big of them.
A donation paper for wherever they donated the car.
Do you have the donation paper here?
No, I don't have donation.
Because it wasn't donated.
She refused that. That's off the table now.
Oh, I'll say.
Yes,
Because I'm going to award her $1,200.
That's fine.
The Blue Book value of the car.
that's fine.
That's right. Verdict for the plaintiff, $1,200. Because I don't like how you do business. Okay?
Thank you.
And so the defendant comes out here learning that he did the wrong thing with that car. What's your reaction on this
I
outcome?
disagree with the judge's decision. According to New York State law, if a car is left in your parking lot over 48 hours, it's considered
You
abandoned.
brought in the wrong law to cite.
No, well, that's the same law I use in Connecticut. I mean,
How many times have you done this?
The same. If anybody bring a car into a parking lot without plates, it's considered abandoned if it's left over 48 hours.
Have you been
That's
sued?
New York State law.
How many times have you been sued about this kind of thing?
This is the second time.
Okay. All right. Right down this way.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So step on in here, and you satisfied with what you got out of this?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes. I feel like he was trying to take advantage of me, and now he sees that he can't do that. He asked me to bring my mother instead of me bringing a gentleman with me. Bring my mother.
What do you think that meant?
I felt like that he wanted 2 females so he could try to sweet talk us, but that wasn't working.
Harvey.
Here's the deal, and this woman is right, that the laws of abandonment do vary from state to state and even city to city. So before you take any kind of action like this, what you should do is call your local police department at the very least and find out what the ground rules are.